Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your host, Adrian Jackson, and I'm just here today to bring you guys a positive message from a positive guy that I really admire. He's also my co-host and engineer for this show, Mr. Donovan Jackson. How you doing today, bro?
Doing pretty good, Started out rough. Thought they had me in the first half, but they came through.
Came through, right?
Yeah.
You got to finish, man. You got to fight your way through.
That.
Yes, sir. So before we get started, man, I just want to thank you for just being here with me today and just helping me even get this thing off the ground. It's really a good thing that we're about to do. My goal here today is just to, talk to you a little bit, have a little conversation. I feel that you have certain aspects that you could probably help out the world with, or, just even one person, bro. If this helps out one person, I'm proud of us, So I just want to say I appreciate you, and, let's just have fun with it, man.
Okay, but thank you for having me. Hey, you're pushing my dreams as well as yours. So
yes, sir.
I'm glad to be on the journey, especially since you're my brother. So.
Exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep close to the family. We're going to expand it out to the world.
That.
Yes, sir. So the reason I want to talk to you today is about having a positive mental attitude. So I believe that your mind controls the world, and the way you see the things in your mind, you can see the world. And watching you over time, watching you grow up, I noticed that you always had a lot of friends. You all have been amazing with your friends. Like just now, a few minutes ago, as we're setting this up, everybody's calling you to see what we're going to do for New Year's and where you're going to be at and all that stuff. You got 4 different phone calls, and you got to tell them, go link up with him, call him, and y'all call me back, But it's like, it just shows that you really have this thing that Napoleon Hill talks about, which is a pleasing personality. So I was just wondering, do you believe you have a pleasing personality?
So yes, but only after really learning to come into myself, if that makes sense. So
okay.
To take a different aspect of that, it's like, yeah, I can say I think I have a pleasing personality, but also have to kind of believe it, which comes into, the kind of work I'm doing right now for my self-esteem.
Right.
But I feel like the reason why people say I have a pleasing personality in general, and it kind of shows up through my life, like in the physical, is, I don't know, I just always wanted the best for people. So,
okay.
Making them feel comfortable. Like I've been through bouts of depression. I've been to that pit, and honestly, like growing up, like the Dragon Ball Z or just like the heroic stories, like it's always, never give up,
right.
Like keep it pushing. So when I feel in those deep depressive modes, it's like I don't want anybody else to feel like this, because it feels alone, desolate. But I just want everybody to be heard and understood as best as possible. Like I don't even have to understand them completely, but as long as I listen and actually take in what they're saying, I can tell it kind of touches people in a certain way.
Right.
And I mean, great power comes with great responsibility in that regard, but like,
right.
I don't know if I want what's best for everybody, then the least I can do, and honestly the most I can do, is at least give a lending ear.
Right. Okay.
Because it's still their journey at the end of the day, and that's the freedom I guess I give off in the room.
No, and that's understandable. You actually see the person as a person, and you understand that, everybody going through something different. So it's like, how am I going to judge you or anything like that based off of what you're going through right now? It's like, no, let me be a true friend, a true person here, because you might just need some help right now, or just need somebody to talk to, or something like that.
That
I fully understand. So let me actually head to my first questions then. So what do you believe people like about you? I know you said listening for sure. Listening is amazing. I actually took a full class of listening in UNR. Like literally that's all we did was just talk about the power of listening. So like other than listening, what do you believe makes you a more likable person?
A lot of people told me my vibe is very comforting and free in a sense. I find that because of that, probably also because I don't know, it's just kind of like my nature. Just freedom, just hey, be you. I'm not judging you like you said before.
Right.
But I've heard multiple things from people saying like, yo, you have such an open energy, or you know, you're just very inviting, which leads them to open up to me.
They attract to you.
Yeah.
Naturally.
And sometimes, like, they open up and say things, like, that are, like, really, really deep, and I can tell it's really, really deep. And, you know, not expected at all, but, like, it still doesn't change anything because I'm still listening and understanding that person for who they are.
Right.
So, I would say probably another aspect is just making sure they're comfortable.
Right.
You know, I might not have the best circumstances all the time, but I mean, if people come over to my place, try to remember, you want a drink, water, anything like that. That's about all I got for you, but, you know, offer that, make sure you're comfortable in the room, you know, got music playing, vibes. If we don't say anything, like, I hope you're having a good time as well, because at the end of the day, we're just vibing. That's the goal.
Right.
I invited you to come over to vibe.
Right.
And we don't have to talk about something specific, but just vibe.
Right, and this is being present at the time, pretty much. Like, being present when you need to be present.
And presence is a big thing, because you can kind of tell when people are present when they are present. And I even fall victim to that.
Right.
To a degree. It's when I get in my head a lot, like I've been told recently, like, my eyes look like I'm in a galaxy, but I'm grounded at the same time.
Right.
And that kind of made me shift my perspective into how I kind of come off, I guess, and what I look like. I guess more of self-awareness.
Right. You start to realize how you're carrying yourself, and you have to adjust, because if people are calling it out, it's like, okay, something's not right.
Right.
If you're able to look at me and see that I'm mad, it's like, okay.
And it's not even like, well, yes, it is that, but more so like, am I consciously in control of how I'm putting myself out at the moment, which goes back into the presence. Like, you have to be aware of what you are in the moment.
Right.
So you can control whatever behaviors you have. Not saying like it's strict, like I'm in my head the whole time, but you know, it's a lot more natural than you think. But as long as you're mindful of where you are on the inside and where other people are on the outside, you can learn a lot and like get connected a lot more easily with them, as long as you're kind of just being aware.
No, and I fully understand, because you know, we have the same blood, of course, so I get like you as well. I get into this head, and I remember some of my friends, they call it my demon mode, because I get into this mode where I'm just dark, and my energy just carries around darkness for some reason. And it's just like, you know, it really gives off, and people can really vibe with it and feel it, you know. And that's when, you know, I never notice it until they call me out on it. And once I get called out on it, then it's like, let me pause for a second, take a deep breath, and recheck myself, because I feel like, you know, me getting off this negative energy, they can feel it. And like you said, you change the energy in a room like that, you know.
And same with me. Just, I guess, me, I've been realizing, like, more so recently, like, that I have those type of feelings inside. And I kind of noticed that as growing up, probably around college is when or after college, is when I like started to really kind of try to put it in check, in a sense. Not like I'm trying to hide it, but like more so, you know, depending on who's around me, do they really want to feel that or not?
Right.
And can I trust them to let them feel that or not? And that's when I call certain people to come over, people I'm comfortable with, because, hey, I can't deny the feeling that I'm having. Like, I'm thinking about certain thoughts for a reason, but how am I showing that off? And that also plays into making people comfortable as well.
Exactly, and that makes you pleasable, like you said, you dish it to them, but at the same time, because, you know, you share your feelings with them, so that makes them so they can share their feelings with you.
Yeah.
And then it shows that you guys connect on a deeper level, pretty much.
It's I don't know, it kind of sounds like a weird connotation for me when I say it's a give and take, but it is really a give and take transfer of energy. And I mean, I feel like I'm in tune with that a lot. I remember I was at like a little get together kickback party type thing. And my homie you know, he was chilling, drinking, stuff like that. He was cool. And then like, you know, I'm talking to somebody else, but I just felt the energy shift in the room and like in his direction, and then he was just on his phone. And then at a certain point, like a couple minutes later, I was like, yo, you good? He's like, yeah, I'm good. But he told me later that some shit was going on, you know? So I feel like I'm blessed in that regard to kind of feel the energy in the room. But it also just depends on how I play it. But in a sense, that gives me a presence to be present in, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. Makes sense. So look, now that we actually have party scene, I want to talk about another topic. So I want to talk about how you stay true to your personality. Like, do you ever feel like you're being fake or anything? You know, one of my best examples is that a lot of people carry themselves different ways around certain people. And, you know, the best idea of it is, you know, with Nancy, you're loud, you're obnoxious, whatever. But then with Joe, you're calm, you're level-headed, you're intelligent.
Yeah.
But then the mindset is what happens when Nancy and Joe in the same room with you? How do you act? You know, so I was wondering, do you ever feel that you have to feel fake to please certain people, or do you always stay true to yourself, you feel?
Because, yeah, this was a big one, especially for like the past 3 years or so. I would say, to answer your question, I don't feel like I'm fake about it. Because those are my actual responses if I respond to either one of them.
Right.
But it's like, my problem with that was coming to overanalyzing myself in the situation, which kind of like made me freak out in my head. But in general, I don't feel like I'm being fake. It's just certain people bring certain things out of you. And why mask true parts of myself when I'm with other people, when I'm with somebody?
Right.
I mean, it also kind of plays into how comfortable I am in the room as well. But what's he say, Nancy and Jerry?
Whoever
Something.
you want to do. Just
Okay, well,
names.
Nancy and Jerry, like when Nancy, I'm probably, you know, chill, lax, right? And then Jerry, he's a little bit more upbeat, but, you know, I'll match the vibe with myself.
Right.
And there's a difference between matching the vibe and then matching the vibe with your vibe.
Right.
Because I feel if you're just matching the vibe straight up, then, like, is it coming for you, or is it coming from what you think you should say, you know what I mean? Rather than just matching the vibe with your vibe. And that goes into also just accepting people and who they are.
Right.
In a sense, and making them feel comfortable with being them, so it's not ever a problem of really being fake. It's just you're comfortable being you, even though the other people around you might not be on that same vibe, but it's no problem. You know?
No, I fully understand. I get what you're saying. So do you ever feel that you have to mask your personality for certain people? Or, you know, mask your vibe for certain people, like, oh, he can't really handle the true me, or, you know, if I come in with too much energy toward her or him, he might react a certain way. So I guess like another way to explain it would be like, or you always feel like you always can be yourself.
Oh, do I have to suppress myself? Also is another way to look at it.
Yeah, suppress yourself, your person, that's all you.
I guess when first interacting with people for the first time, because just to feel them out.
Right.
I might be a little bit more reserved for a bit, just to kind of just watching them, kind of seeing what type of vibe they're on, not really stopping myself. But as I get to know them, I'll start unmasking. Even like, I don't know, it's like a different time limit. It depends on the people and the energy that's given back. I just, again, I match the energy. So, you know, I'll probably push that boundary a little bit and see how they react. If they respect well, then, you know, I'll keep pushing out until they mesh, and then we're cool.
Right.
But, you know, trusting your gut and like those first initial judgments of people, because like, I mean, are you gonna just be yourself if you see somebody with a knife running out of a grocery store? Or are you gonna be like, okay, I don't know what he's on, I'm not gonna let him know what I'm on, so we're just gonna wait this out to see like what to do next?
Right.
Yeah.
Just play it out. No, because it's like, because I feel like that too. I feel like sometimes I come off too strong sometimes. Like, funny thing, right? So I was at work the other day, when I first started this new job, and I was over there, and I forgot his name. He walked by me, whatever, was talking to the VP. And he's like, hey, I was like, hey, good morning, how you doing? He was, oh, I'm good, a little tired. How about you? Oh, my, it's another great day. He's like, oh, you're that guy, huh? I was like, what? The great day guy? I was like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with me being positive, is that a bad thing? But it made me think, like, damn, did I come off too strong just now in the morning? Like,
and I've been thinking about that too. So I wouldn't even think of you having to mask yourself for those type of reasons.
right.
It's just like, those sayings where, if you're comfortable with yourself and you're connected with God and you're being the best version of yourself, you give off a certain light.
Right.
Sometimes that light's a little too much for some people, like in the morning when it comes through the window. Yeah, and they're just kind of like, let them be them.
Right.
Another thing that comes to like, building these relationships with people and being a likable person is the fact that no matter what, you're still being you. People don't like how you are being you, let them go. You're not out to please everybody. That's not the goal. I don't try to please everybody. Like, I try to keep it base level so nobody gets their toes stepped on, but it's not like I'm not trying to go out and be like, oh, have this, oh, like me, please. It's just, I'm being me. If we vibe, we vibe. If we don't, we don't.
Right.
That's on.
You respect me for who I am.
Yeah, I'm always down to vibe for whoever's down to vibe. But if you aren't, I'm not gonna get hurt feelings over it.
Have you ever lost friends because of, you was vibing too high and they just can never keep up, or if somebody you thought was your friend is like, bro, you just can't. Every time your vibe come around, you just,
I would say definitely before I moved back to Reno. Just being in that kind of pit for a minute. I guess I was like self-absorbed in myself and how I was feeling, to where, that's kind of negative energy, especially as it grows. So, I mean, I feel like some of my friends in high school probably left me alone because of that, but it's like I couldn't control it. But hey, what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but at the same time, I was still being me the best that I could. And the real ones that still stuck around after that, because, I can't avoid that, There's, people have left and came back.
Right.
And now we're good. But, that was a sour spot in my, thing. I tried to not really push that on too many people. That's why I have a very small, close circle of friends. And even then, I'm trying to not to burn them out.
Right.
If I'm going through something. So, I feel like because I overstepped those boundaries a little bit and realizing, I'm probably depleting this person by talking about my stuff and, not taking action to fix it myself. Immaturity.
Right.
But, they probably got their distance, and I don't blame them for it.
Right. I mean, they had to do what they had to do, and, like you said, your paths separated.
Yeah.
And it happens,
But some of them come back, some of them don't. But, for the ones that did stay for a lot of those times, like, I gotta say kudos to them. And believing me that I could change,
Right.
Not saying that the people that left didn't believe I could, but, at that moment, it's a little too much for them. And it is what it is.
Right. I fully understand, bro. I feel you on that one.
Hopefully we can talk again, but...
Right. I fully understand, bro. Like you said, you gotta just move on and go on to the next level. I'm praying for you. I'm hoping for you. I always want everybody to succeed, but at some point, we might have to step on and our paths separate.
Nah.
So it happens. It's life. That's the thing we in.
Nah.
So I fully understand, bro. All right, so I just wanted to talk a little bit more, I guess, your vibe, like you said, because I know that you had some epic parties at the house and stuff like that for sure. So I just want to talk about, like, how do you feel that, or do you ever notice that your vibe can change a room? Like, for example, you know, you walk into class late, and because you mad you late, you can feel the whole class, like, shrink up. Or if you walk in feeling good, it feels like, you know, you walk in the house, Donovan in the house, Donovan in the house. Like,
yeah.
You know, like, have you ever felt that before?
Yeah, multiple times actually. Even recently, I guess start with the negative. Like recently, I could tell my vibe switches up. Try not to put it out until like it's an opportune time. But it's like I feel bad for doing it, but I try to do it in a way that nobody's really getting affected by it, you know, physically or emotionally or things like that. Like they'll notice, but I'm not gonna take it out on them. You know what I mean?
Right. You're gonna hold it in for a second.
Yeah.
So you get a chance to marinate on it.
Right.
Fully understand.
To, you know, really go through the process of whatever I'm feeling. But there's even times where like there's sometimes I don't notice my vibe though, and you know, I'll go over to like a homie's place and walk in, and for me, I'm just kind of
Chilling.
mellow, straight bass line. And they walk in and be like, "Oh shit, it's Donovan, blah blah blah," and you know, get up and give me a hug and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh, I didn't even feel like I came in like that or anything or something. Or when I get happy, like, or you know, laugh or something like that, I can feel people, you know,
level up with
me. Yeah, but try to do that sparingly, on purpose. Like sometimes it's not on purpose, but in terms of me like controlling it, I try not to unless it's necessary, and that's just more for like a safety reason, I guess.
No, I absolutely understand, because you don't want to like control your temperature low key.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to set somebody on fire or, like you said, freeze them. You never know what you're feeling at the time. So it's like, let me hold at my level.
Another thing is like, even though I feel like I have the ability to change the vibe in a room, and you know, to the best of my ability. I try not to have that baton in my hand though.
It's weird, ain't it?
Yeah, because I don't want to be the center of the attention, but you know, I just want to make sure everybody's chilling at the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I feel you on that one 100%, because I feel like that too. It sucks when it feels like all eyes are on you.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like, or they're waiting for you to get here for the party to get started, and it's like, it's an honor. It feels good because it's like, okay, I guess I'm the party maker, but on the flip side, it's like, dang, y'all waiting for me? Like,
right.
Y'all could have been jumping up, whatever. But it's that thing that you bring to the table, though, that you know your friends need. You can't be replaced like that.
And you know, I still don't even know like
what it is.
Yeah, I still don't know what it is. I just do me, and I guess I'm glad to be accepted by doing me, but man, I just can't think of a reason of like, there's been countless times where, yo, I'll wait until you get ready and then we'll go bounce, or, you know, we're waiting for you to get here and then we can go in. It's like, well, thanks for the courtesy.
Right.
But
I showed up late on purpose, and it's like, y'all waiting for me still. Nah, I fully understand. That happened to me at work the other day, actually. Thanksgiving dinner. We were sitting there, and they're like, "Oh, dinner's ready." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Bet. Right. And I'm sitting here finishing my report or whatever, and I walk in there, everybody's at the table, food's at the table. "Oh, we're waiting for you." I was like, "Oh, I feel bad now. I didn't know y'all was waiting for me. I thought we was gonna eat when we was ready."
Right, especially when you don't know.
But then like, it's funny, right? Because then the last 2 times we had dinner at work, I've been there right when the food was ready, and we just all started eating. And everybody walk in and trickle in and start eating when they're ready. So it's like, what makes this different, you know?
Yeah.
Like, why do we wait? I'm sitting here waiting too. Like, okay, we're waiting for everybody to get here.
Yeah.
And people sit down and start eating. I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'm a special moment or something, or what was that?
And sometimes, like, even when you do get there and stuff like that, it's not like you're even the center of the attention or like, you know, the main vibe output or anything.
But
like
it's just
that.
like, because you're in the room,
they were waiting or they needed it.
Yeah, whatever it was. It's like something about just being in the room, they just needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's deep, man. It's deep. That's something I'm still trying to more understand. Like the energy that you put out, you know, it's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, so since we're talking about energy, so I just want to talk about your thoughts more on your personality.
Okay.
So when you have the feeling of like that darkness going around you and you know, you walk in that room and people are like, ooh, you all right. What thoughts be running through your head? Like what really gets you down or makes you feel like that?
I guess most of it's, kind of overthinking the situation. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter what it is, but I'm just kind of in my head. Mm-hmm. Like for me, I feel like most of my dark side is just when I'm in my head.
Right.
And you know, sometimes I'm willing and sometimes I'm willing not to be present, mm-hmm. just for that reason, to just process through something.
Right.
Or but when I go in and I know that my vibe's kind of off, mm-hmm. I guess I try to speed up the process of whatever I'm trying to process at the moment.
Right.
Because then I kind of start getting like a slight anxiety of like trying not to put the energy down in the room. So usually when I can, I'll think to like just do like a quick meditation, like to myself, just
quick mindfulness.
Yeah. Let's be in the room. Let me try to look around at my surroundings. Mm-hmm. But there's times where it's incredibly difficult for me to get out of that mode. Mm-hmm. That's when I mostly kind of just stay quiet.
Right.
I'll listen. I'm still listening, but
the jokes ain't funny. And
it's not that they're not funny, but it's like, I don't know if they can tell, but while I'm actively listening, it's weird. While I'm actively listening and hearing what they're saying, I'm still also just thinking about something else, mm-hmm. and processing it at the same time. And when I get with people, I try to be mentally there within that moment. Yeah. Right. So it may take me a minute to get out of that, but I try to prioritize that to make sure so I have the integrity within myself, mm-hmm. that I'm actually listening.
Right. Or I'm actually being a good friend at the moment, or, you know, just being a part of the family, whatever I got to do at the time. And I love how you explained that, the idea that when you get stuck in your head, you're not even present no more. Yeah. Like, you'll just get to the point where I can hear it. And for me, it's like, you know, me, I'm a laugher. I love to laugh. I'll crack jokes. But it's like, I get to that point in my head where it's like, I hear the joke. And it's like, my head will be like, ha! But that's it, though. It's like, ain't nothing coming out of my body to say, you know, the laugh, I'm actually feeling it. Yeah. So then what do you do to pull yourself out of that? Like, how do you pull yourself out of that mode?
Sometimes I kind of just wait for it to pass. Mm-hmm. But more so just, I don't know, it's kind of like a little, like a light bulb that goes in my head, mm-hmm. goes off in my head to be like, okay, now I am making the decision to be present. Mm-hmm. And then I'll just come back.
Right.
But sometimes I am a little lost in my head, mm-hmm. and then I have to realize that I'm not being present the way I want to be and get present.
Right.
So,
no, I fully understand. I'm the same way. I have to like snap myself in and be like, okay, let me realize the moment I'm in right now. Like, you know, this would be a special moment. Like, you know, it'll be like a family dinner and it's like, ugh, I gotta come over here, go to dinner again. I have to like come in, but then it's like, well, I'm here. It's like, I'm here now, you know, let me enjoy this moment, you know, whatever's outside of me, I can't control it, you know, I can't fix it right now. Right. So let me just enjoy where I'm at, you know. Yeah, I fully understand. So now let's lead to the benefits of the positive. Like, so when you have positive thoughts, you jumping off the walls, you just feeling good about yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, how does that really change the room, change the effect, change the people you're talking to? Like, how do you feel being positive changes the world around you?
I feel good. It's like a different type of feeling though, because it's like the feeling of inspiration given back to you. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'm still getting comfortable with like expressing that much enjoyment, I guess. That comes immediately with, I guess, more people. I am just a very mellow dude, but
Right.
it's like when I do get those like excitement urges and stuff like that, like I'll do it, and then it's weird. Like I'll show it for probably like a couple seconds or whatever, and then I'll become aware of how excited I am, and then I'll bring it back.
Let me calm down.
Yeah.
I feel you.
And it's like I question myself, like why do I do that? Like, let me just be happy for being happy within this moment. Yeah.
Yeah, let it flow. No, I fully understand. I feel the same way sometimes because it's like, it's weird when you're feeling good and the other people aren't. So it's like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't feel good right now.
Yeah.
But then I get to the point now, it's like, man, fuck it. You know, if I'm feeling good, I'm feeling good. I'm gonna hum, I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance, I'm gonna do whatever I do to keep me in this moment. You know, because I feel it, and you know, sometimes. Like I feel like when I'm playing with like a Nine Mariah, sometimes like, you know, they can tell when you feeling good because then they play harder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They want to fight you harder, or whatever game it is, they're in it more, or whatever the mode is, they're feeling it even better. And it's like it's crazy how my nieces and nephews can pick up on stuff like that, you know. And
they really be bouncing off the walls when you
man, you get excited and then they go on level 10, and it's like, that's crazy. That's what my vibe can really do, like really energize somebody else to get to this level.
Right.
So it's amazing like that. Or like football. You know,
right? The team, as a team, shoot, that's big,
right?
Because, man, it's just a different type of ball game when you're all in sync in terms of getting amped for it.
Yeah.
So you just play that much harder. It's that union, that unity within the room.
Right.
So
yeah, no, and it's about being on the same wavelength. Like when you're really on the same wavelength, you can move mountains.
Yeah.
You can really move mountains, bro. Oh, okay, got it. So, do you feel that your pleasing personality attracts other pleasing personalities? Or do you feel like sometimes you attract, like, you know, people that just need your energy for the time, and after that they're gone, like energy leechers, you know what I'm saying?
You know, that's kind of one of the things that's been another big part of me learning within the past couple of years. Especially since I came back from Reno, though. For me, uniquely, I'm very like to myself. Unless it's a spot where I know people there, and then I'm able to open up. But if it's like I don't know who you are, where you are, it'll take me a minute to kind of
get adjusted.
Right. But I feel like, dude, that's hard, because I've met some pretty like crazy people. Like I'm gonna just keep this one anonymous, but you know, there was just some people that were just very self-absorbed in themselves. Especially kind of going through high school and like middle school too. But very like, you know, just to themselves. They talked a lot, but a lot of the talking was just about them. And to me, I can't stop listening. Like at the end of the day, I'm still hearing what you're saying and like hearing it.
Right.
But I feel like they feel that I'm listening and, you know, still being present, that they just keep talking, and then it's just like sometimes like when I was working like retail shit, it was just like, yeah, bro, I gotta do my job, and you're just talking to me, talking to yourself, really.
Right.
And I don't got time for that.
But it's something about you that makes them just want to feel that they can talk to you, or
that
you're that guy. You know, I'm gonna talk to Donovan, he might give me an answer, or
something, or just the ear.
Yeah.
But it's like also kind of value my time too, especially if I'm in work, most of all. But just like, man, you're just most of the time when they do it, it's about like a problem. or something like that, or something they're going through and stuff. And it's like, okay, yeah, I'll listen, empathize. Like, at the end of the day, everybody wants an ear. But if you're coming into the conversation asking for my advice and things like that, asking for my advice and stuff like that, and then you don't listen to it, but then you get upset for it.
Right.
Not saying like the first time you do it, I'm like, nah, you out. But if it becomes like a cycle and it becomes apparent that you aren't really actually trying to hear what I'm trying to say,
right?
Yeah, then it's like nothing against you, but I have to put you at a distance.
Right, exactly. Because it's like, how you gonna ask me for my advice and get mad at my advice?
Nah.
It's like, yo, it's just my opinion. Like, take it or run with it. Do what you want to do with it.
And that's where it is, because I don't expect you to take it. Like, and then that's why I always try to phrase at the end of like my talks is like, if I'm helping somebody out, at the end of that conversation, I'm saying, hey, but it's on you.
Right.
It's your life. I'm not going to be mad at you or anything like that.
Right.
But whatever you choose to do is what you choose to do. I just gave my piece. I gave that. That way I kind of protect myself in a sense, because I know what I said, why I said it, not expecting them to do anything about it. But it's just so if, you know, those situations do come around, I'm not blaming myself or feeling bad or taking in their energy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, I've done it before too. But it's just, there's a difference when you can tell that, you know, they really internalized your advice and made their own decision versus when they heard you.
Right. No.
But they were doing what they were going to do either way, so they just kind of...
It's kind of like they just want to be heard at the time, or, you know, wanted to be to talk about something, or like you said, they want to be the center of attention or something. So
yeah,
I feel what you're saying.
I don't know. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like, man, I'm listening to myself, and it's just like, it's a weird loophole, kind of contradicting thing to listen.
Right.
But at the same time, it's just, I don't want to say it. So, no, you're good. We're good. I can EQ all that out.
Okay.
But it's kind of similar to basically, you can eat whatever you want in terms of listening. Like, you can listen to whatever you want, but you can also choose what to listen to. And it's nothing bad against you if you don't want to listen to something.
Right.
Yeah, like, it's not like you not wanting to means you necessarily dislike them and who they are. It's just like, you know, if you notice things that are happening over and over and you're personally just don't want to deal with it, then you can leave.
No, I mean, it's real, because, you know, sometimes it's like you listen because you're trying to be helpful and be nice, but then at the same time it's draining sometimes. Like, it kind of eats you up. Definitely when it's somebody who is like, bro, you always come to me with a problem and you always on the same stuff, and how many times you gonna run the circle? You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of hearing about the same problem. Come to me with something new, you know, let's talk about something different. But every time you talk to me, it's about something negative, something positive, or something negative and draining, and it's like, you know, I gotta get myself mentally prepared to try to help you out, and it's like, that's deep, you know?
And that's when you have to really, that's why I say energy suckers. I got a lot of them out, probably from high school to coming back from Reno, because there was a lot of them. I'm always that person to be there for somebody, but it's like I also have to pay attention to what I'm listening to, because if it's just negative upon negative upon negative, and it's just, I don't have the energy for it. Like, that literally deteriorates my soul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, because you take on some of my energy, because, like you said, you got that pleasing personality, so you really connect to people.
Yeah.
And it's like, sometimes it's kind of hard to step down to the bad vibe level because like, you know, you have to step down to pick somebody up. And sometimes it's like, yo, I ain't got the strength to step down right now, pick you up, because I might be stuck down there now.
Right.
You know.
And you know, that's basically the reason why my first real relationship ended. It was just, that's on me. I just couldn't get myself to, until she broke up with me, I couldn't get myself to just fucking get my shit together for me. So, you know, that's a blessing in itself for me going through that, but at least I have like that determination that, you know, what we learned through childhood. Like, at the end of the day, I gotta survive. And if I'm gonna be surviving, then let me at least live the way I want to.
You know, myself the way I need to be.
And that takes work. And that just, it comes to the point of like doing what you don't want to do until you like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Fully understand. So, I got this a lot. I was wondering whether you get it. Do you ever hear people say that you're too nice?
Not anymore. I still think about it to myself. Feel like I am a little too nice.
Really? Why?
Yeah. Just cause like I need to work on putting boundaries up for people and letting them use my energy just because like I guess I want to be that compassionate.
Right.
But I need to really learn how to be that compassionate without giving too much of myself. Which I don't know, I'm still trying to mentally figure that out because I'm trying to, hey, Jesus killed himself, or not killed himself, but he got killed, died for us, got whipped and all this other stuff, and put on a cross for everybody just in the name of love, which is God. Even before I became Christian, like a born again Christian, my whole walk in life was try to walk in love. And I mean, if he has that insurmountable amount of love, then I'm trying to be on that same wavelength too, because if I'm going to be like God, if I'm going to be like Jesus, I feel like that's probably the best people to try to imitate.
Right.
That, you know, unconditional love at the end of the day. When people mess up or people do great, I still got the same love for you.
Right, I got to forgive you still.
Yeah, like, yeah, maybe the relationship changes to where, you know, I might love you from a distance or something, you know, of those lines has to change, but doesn't change the fact that I love you.
Right.
Even if I say I hate you, I can't hate you without loving you.
Right.
It's really scary when it becomes indifferent. So.
Yeah. No, I truly understand because, you know, I'm the same way. Like you said, people used to tell me that I was too nice or whatever. I know somebody, I forgot who it was, but she was like, why you always say yes ma'am or yes sir? You know, stop saying that. I'm like, well, I'm just respectful like that, you know? Like, I would give everybody respect, you know?
And see, and that was another thing that I was thinking of yesterday too. It's like, another thing about being a likable personality is giving people basic respect.
Basic respect.
And sometimes giving too much respect is bad. But the bare minimum to treat a person as a human being with their own personality at the bare minimum, and trying to at least, there's a basic type of love for everybody. Hey, I'm not trying to hurt you. I hope you're doing well. I mean, you don't really matter to me that much because I haven't connected with you, but at the end of the day, I just still hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I don't wish bad on you or nothing. Right.
Right. So that level of respect shows wonders. But I don't get how some people think that those basic levels of respect means you're being too nice. And, you know, that's probably their own unique human journey that they're going through. I can't condemn them for that. That's not my job. But, like, it just really makes me wonder, like, so, man, just being kind and basically respectful is too nice for you? Like, what do you think is nice? Because to me right now, you're seeming kind of nasty. So I'm not trying to be around that vibe.
Right. No, and I fully feel you because I feel the same way because it's like, it always goes back to the open the door for somebody.
Yeah.
You know, you open the door for somebody, you sitting there holding the door, it's cold outside, and they just walk by.
Right.
And you be like, you can't even say thank you, yo.
That.
You know, but like one of my favorite lessons, something that John Maxwell says is, you know, watch the person that treats the waiter and the janitor bad.
Yes.
Because, you know, that is not a good human being. You know, if they gonna treat the janitor waitress bad, wait until they get upset at you.
That.
You know, so it's like you gotta treat everybody at the same level, because at the end of the day, we're all human. You're somebody's mama, somebody's daddy, somebody's brother, sister, uncle, niece.
Right.
You know, adopted son, whatever you want to be. You know, you're something to somebody. So it's like,
Right.
let me respect you. You know, at the end of the day, that's the bare minimum of what I have to give you is respect.
Yeah.
You know, so I fully feel you, bro. I fully understand. So so I guess this want to lead this to my last question. Then is what about your personality are you still working on? Because we're all works in progress. So I was just wondering, what are you still working on personally?
Trusting myself, and that kind of goes into self-esteem and confidence. And that kind of goes back to when we first started the recording, was like trusting myself to the point where, actually I kind of fucking lost that train of thought, bro. Hold on.
I mean, you're trying to trust your gut more, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, to actually trust your feelings and who you are.
Okay, there we go. Came back. There's a difference between thinking and believing. Like, yo, I think I'm a pretty nice, good, likable guy. Like, you know, I'm cool. But I'm like so self-aware of myself, and like, I guess of the energies in the room and how they're reacting and stuff, that I guess my mind's always in a mode of just constantly checking.
Yeah.
When I should just
Keep your vibe.
keep the vibe and chill out, let go, like stop stressing, like stop trying to control the energy in the room, especially when you don't need to. Just let it be and trust that you're putting out a good vibe, and the people that you're hanging out with is people that want to hang out with you for you.
Right.
So
Yeah. No, I fully agree. I like that idea, because I'm very similar. I think my problem was always, I don't like to see people be sad or feel bad or whatever, so I'm trying to do anything to bring them up, but it's kind of like, some people just want to sit in that misery and let them soak, so it's like, all right, well, soak where you are, and I'll be here when you're ready. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the idea, you have to come around it too, because like, you know, I'm not that good at bringing somebody up necessarily, like, you know, I want to say that's weird. So it's like, I'm not when you think of somebody bringing somebody up, you're like, oh, come on, you good, you're good, you got it, like that. But for me, I give them the time to feel what they're feeling. And for me, it works out to the point that if I just let them feel them for a moment, like, obviously they didn't want to sit with that alone, but most times when they, you know, feel comfortable to let a lot of that stuff out, then their mood naturally kind of comes up. I guess some people's told me that I'm a very grounding person, because sometimes I'm really good at empathizing. Like, I feel what you're feeling, but I'm also keeping my baseline. So
I'm not coming down to your level.
Yeah, I'm not coming down to your level, but I'm in arm's length to bring you to where I'm at.
Fully understand. Deep. I like it, bro.
Yeah.
And then, do you got any, maybe like a closing quote or a closing comment you want to leave us with?
Ooh-wee.
You know, as we had this conversation, something that really popped in your head, and you was like, you know.
Actually, give me one sec.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Let me just freestyle this off the top. I guess at the end of the day, just be you. Stop trying to worry about how people like you or perceive you. Of course, you have to have some morality in terms of, you know, are you making people feel bad, or are you making them feel good in, you know, the right ways? And I mean, all of that's subjective, So again, that's still freedom to you at the end of the day. But stay true to you. Do what you do. If you're trying to people please, if you're trying to become a pleasing person, don't become a people pleaser.
Right.
The people that's meant for you to talk to and be friends with will accept you as you are, and the people that don't.
Right.
Just don't be stressing about making a random person on the street like you. Like, they don't know you, you don't know them, so there's no reason to, unless you make a reason.
Right.
So at the end of the day, your life is a result of your choices. If you don't like your life, it's time to make some better choices.
Yep.
And honestly, that's kind of, if you want to become a pleasing person, then do the things that pleasing people do without changing yourself. Because you don't want somebody liking you for you not being you. Right. That's very ingenuous.
Right.
So be the genuine you, but also honestly, it's basically simple. Just don't make people feel like shit.
Pretty much, yeah. It's not long-term, sure.
Yeah. If you don't make people feel like shit, then you're a pleasing person.
Right.
As long as your motives and intentions are right, you're good. But if you don't like where you're at, then make a change, and the change starts with yourself. Michael Jackson, Jackson 5, Donovan Jackson. Thank you.
You fool. But no, I fully agree with you, and it all, for me, it all comes back down to the golden rule, man. Treat people the way you want to be treated, definitely in the situation that they're in.
Nah.
So take yourself out, put yourself in somebody else's shoes, treat everybody like a human, be respectful. At the same time, don't change who you are for anybody. You know, be who you're meant to be, because like you said, we're all unique. We're all different souls and different bodies.
Yeah.
You know, we're all connected, but at the same time, we're all unique for a reason. So the people that are really for you will come for you, no question. Yes, sir. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, of course.
Then, so I know we had your beat playing in the background this whole time. I was wondering if you wanted to shout out where you can get the beat at, your YouTube or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, I can give you a couple different places. I will say there's a lot I have to upload, so I'll probably be doing that within the next couple weeks or so, since I'm not going to be as stuck on how do I say, mastering it, just putting it out, because it's just ideas for me.
All right.
But you can go to YouTube, and if you type in NXIII, number 13, but just put the NXIII, and you look for the YouTube account that has the Hi Mona Lisa on it. Okay. You can find my YouTube channel. Those are like more of the updated beats. But you can also go on SoundCloud and type in NXIII, and with the same profile picture, you'll find some of my older things on there. Okay. But more uploads coming soon. I think I got some heat for y'all. I'm gonna probably start putting them on a platform, probably BeStars, so I can, lease them, sell them, or whatever. Right. So, yeah.
I feel it, bro. Nah, keep growing it, man. Yeah. Well, bro, I just want to say I appreciate you being here with me today, man, having this conversation. It was deep, opened up a lot. I'm glad we learned some more about you. Yeah. I just appreciate you, bro. 110% love you, man.
Love you too, bro. Hey, thanks for having me. Like, means a lot, dog. It really does.
Oh, man, nah, this means more than a lot, bro. Like I said, this is episode 1, start 1, but we going big places with this, man.
That.
So with that being said, I just want to thank everybody for out there listening. Hope you guys learned something today. Please give me feedback or anything like that you want to do to help us help you. Yep. Because I'm doing it all for you. I'm just trying to change this world for the better, try to be as positive as possible. So don't give up. Just keep swimming. And I promise you, you got this.
Nah, you got this.
You got this.
Hey.
Yes.
You can do it.
You can do it. All right, you guys.
All right.
Thank you guys so much. Have a lovely morning, night, or evening. And I'll see you next time on the Just Keep Swimming podcast. And remember, just keep swimming.